Okay, anyway. I'm sorry, I'm a troll. But but anyway, hi everyone. I am start with as me. But anyway, hi. Hi everyone. I am Timurler15, one of the English teachers on this English server. And today we are going to talk about, as Magical just posted earlier, 10 violations of 10 more violations of standard English that natives commit. So basically, grammar mistakes, and I use that term loosely because these aren't really so much mistakes, just deviations from standard English. Um, in the past, we talked about 10 of these deviations from standard English, and now we're going to talk about 10 more of them. So, without further ado, let's begin. I'm sorry I gave you all a heart attack, like Demi Lovato. But anyway, song references aside, let me bring up okay, there's my outline. So first of all, what do we mean by standard English? Now, with standard English, how do we define standard English? Okay, so let me copy this from Wikipedia. It's like, you're using Wikipedia? Ew. Totally not cool. I'm like, yeah, shut up. It's Wikipedia. Anyway, let's see. So here is how we define standard English. In an English-speaking country, Standard English, or SE, is the variety of English that has undergone substantial regularization and is associated with formal schooling, language assessment, and official print publications such as public service announcements and newspapers of record, etc. So basically, it's a form of English that's widely used in formal and official institutions. So it's basically the form that's dialect free. So it's not anything like Pidgin English or AAVE or any other form of English that's dialect specific. No, it's basically dialect free. It's the form that nobody is going to contest or argue against or have issues with. It's basically the most I can't speak today. Regularized form of English. Yeah, basically what any native speaker could understand. So, okay, so someone asked formal English. Okay, this is why I brought this up. I need to make a distinction between formal English and standard English. They are not the same. They're not the same. The two do go together a lot, but they are not the same. So, formal English I mean, it technically is standard English, but standard English isn't necessarily formal English. So what do I mean by that? Okay, well, let's look at these two sentences here. Let's look at these two sentences. I would like to purchase this product. That's a formal statement. I want to buy this thing. That's informal, as less formal than the first one. However, they're both standard English. The second one is completely standard English, but it's just less formal than the first. So, formal English is technically standard English, but standard English is not necessarily formal English. Yeah, or well, I get what you're saying, but let's be a little more precise. formal English is all formal English, yes, is entirely standard, but not all of standard English is formal. That's a better way to put it, but that's clearly what you meant, so that is a good point. I mean, either could be used in newspapers. Like with newspapers, the language isn't necessarily formal. It can be, but not necessarily. Which is why I make this distinction between formal English and standard English. So they're both standard. Let me edit that statement. Actually, yeah, they're both standard English. If you hear squeaking, it's because of this broken table I'm typing on. I need to get a new one. Okay. So both sentences are standard English, but one is less formal than the others. I want to buy this thing. No, that's not standard English. It should be I want to buy this thing. But wanna is just a contraction for want to. So no, it's not standard. Okay. But yes. It's basically as Traveler said. Um Formal English is standard English, but standard English is not necessarily formal English. I don't know if Brits use wanna. You'd have to ask somebody who either who either grew up speaking that dialect or who is learning that dialect. I gotta do this. Non-standard. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, basically standard English is just it's dialect free. So it's unmarked, basically. The form of English that is widely accepted and used. And there are also there are standard varieties of other languages too. You have standard German, standard French, standard Spanish. Although for French, German, and Spanish, they actually do have institutions that regularize the use of the language. English doesn't really have that, but Spanish, German, and French do. Like for example, like with Spanish, you have the RAE or Royal Academia Española, and I pronounced it like that on purpose. I did not want to. I didn't care about making it sound like like I just didn't care about the pronunciation too much. But yeah, you get the idea. Anyway, but you get the idea. Okay, so now that you know that standard English is not always formal, we can focus on 10 more common violations of standard English that natives just make for some reason. Or do, I should say. Commit, whatever. Okay. For daily chats, natives use non-standard English, right? Yes, but to varying degrees. It depends. Some use it in greater degrees than others. Like some people speak very colloquially, others not so much. But yes, everyone does use non-standard English from time to time. Even I do. So, yes. Okay. Sorry. So let's start with our lesson topic. Again, 10 common violations of standard English that, let me actually put this in boldface. Ten more common violations of standard English that natives commit. Okay, so let's start with the first one. Now, I should also point out that again, these examples that I'm going to bring up are not necessarily ungrammatical, just imprecise. And you'll see what I mean. So let's start with the first one. Commit. Commit, yes. Okay, so let's start with the first one. Compliment versus compliment. People confuse these a lot, and it's pretty easy to see why, because they're pronounced almost the exact same, if not the exact same. So the difference is that a compliment is it's a nice remark you make about someone. So for example, when you say, "Oh, I like your shoes. They're really pretty." That's a compliment. But a compliment, with an E, not an I, is is basically it refers to something that enhances or completes something else. So when you say, "Oh, your dress really complements your shoes," that means that your dress goes well with your shoes, or your dress is a good pair. Makes your dress makes a good pair with your shoes. So that's what complement with an E. That's what complement means. And in geometry, it's a technical term for an angle measure that is needed to make another angle measure equal to 90 degrees. So when a complement is added to an angle, it becomes a right angle. So for example, the complement of 43 degrees is 47. So so it can be a mathematical term. So again, a compliment is a nice remark about someone, but a compliment is something that completes or enhances something else. Yeah, Magical posted a really good example. Chi-Man is such an awesome teacher. Compliment. Thank you. Chi-Man's jokes compliment his classes. Compliment. Thank you. And it's a compliment too, technically. But either way, like I get what you mean. It's like you're cute. You mean me or no? No, I'm kidding. Complimenting them. Teacher complimenting themselves. It's like your compliments compliment my compliments. Huh? I'm kidding. No, I don't want to make anyone's head explode. But anyway. Yeah, actually let me type that. I feel like being silly today. Oops. I can't spell today. Okay. Your compliments compliment my compliments. Okay. But yeah, people do mix these two words up. They are not the same. Oh, thank you, just a weirdo. Yeah, I said that. I pronounced your name like that on purpose because I'm silly. Anyway, he's not like the teacher. He is the teacher because I'm a boss. And everyone's like, no. Okay, well, forget you then. Anyway, let's go to number 2. Oh, complimentary food. Yeah, exactly. Like in hotels, it's complimentary. Breakfast is complimentary in many hotels. How dare you? I'm not British. I'm American. I'm American. I'm from America with guns and stuff. No, no. But anyway, yeah, I'm American. I don't sound British at all. Nor could I, mother. No, but anyway, American teacher with guns. Nope. Guns and stabs. Which part of America? I'm from Texas. No. But I really am from Texas. I just don't speak with the stereotypical Southern accent. Anyway, yeah, it's included with the price. Yes, yes, that's exactly what it means. I'm glad you find this class funny. Okay, so for number 2, here's another violation of standard English, and this one's really stupid, if I'm going to be honest. Me versus myself. This is number 2. So you might hear people say things like, a teacher, for example, say things like, please see please see Miss Wilson or myself for more details. Don't ever do this, because you will sound stupid if you do. What should that be? How do we fix that sentence? How do we fix that? Who would say that? You'd be surprised. I've heard this. I have heard this many times. Yeah, exactly. Please see Miss Wilson or me for more details. Exactly. See, you guys get it. And the reason why we have to use me here is because you can't use myself or any reflexive pronoun, for that matter, unless you're the subject of the sentence. So if you say something like, I like myself, then myself would work there because I is the subject of the sentence and you're referring back to yourself. Um, but if you're not the subject of the sentence, and you can't do that, it does not make any sense. I like me. Yeah, I guess you do you, even though that sentence sounds awful. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. If you don't know any rules, but you know it's a gut feeling, that's good. You want that native-like intuition. So if something sounds wrong, chances are that it is wrong. I hate myself. That some people say that, like it's a dialectal thing. I mean, Mr. Krabs also says it too, a lot. Anyway, me, myself, and I. Oh yeah, that song by Vitamin C, I think. Oh, and Beyonce also made that song too. Anyway, let's see. So yeah, basically, use me if you are not the subject. If you are like, okay, so reflexive pronouns are when the object and the subject are the same. So, for example, you hate yourself. Please tell me no one actually does. But I like myself. So those are two examples of reflexive pronouns. And we call them reflexive because the object is also the subject, hence they're reflexive. So in this case, it would be fine to use things like yourself and myself. Yeah, exactly. They reflect the self. They're reflexive. But if you use a reflexive pronoun when you're not the subject of the sentence, then that sounds really clunky. It would sound really clunky. Just don't do it. So just and it makes and it sounds and let's go back to the sentence. Let's go back to the sentence, okay? So the sentence I typed was, let me just copy that again. Aw, thank you, Nagim. Thank you so much. I wish you poggers and good luck in your English journey. Now, let's take this sentence and delete the first uh, direct object. Please see myself for more details. Do you see how dumb that sounds? So, yeah, it doesn't work. Me would make more sense. Please see me for more details. Okay. So, yeah, I'm glad you guys got that. Now let's go to number 3. I'm sorry, that was bad. Número tres. Because I'm sorry if I sound like a gringo. Anyway. We learned Spanish mixed with German. Sí, aprendemos mucho en esta clase. What? We learn a lot in this class. Ooh, good Spanish. Thank you. X3. Oh, thank you guys. Okay, so number 3. Affect versus effect. Again, a lot of people mix this one up because they sound almost the exact same, if not the exact same. So the difference is that the first one is a verb, typically, and the second one is a noun, typically. So affect. This is a verb that means to change or influence something. So when you say, the incident affected me, the tragic incident affected me deeply. Here, affect is a verb that means to change or influence something. So the tragic incident, it influenced me in a way that left emotional scars on me. It made me feel very, very sad and depressed. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, magical effect. Something having an effect on someone or something. But effect, now that's different. It's effect is a noun that refers to that change or influence itself. So when you say studying had a good effect on grades, it means that studying brought about a good change to someone's report card or whatever. So here, effect is a noun referring to that change itself or influence. Oh, see you later, Mai. Yeah, exactly. Deeply basically means extremely, or to a great degree. Yeah, exactly. As Astrovivid pointed out, effect is a change which is a result or consequence of an action or other cause. Yes, thank you. No, effective is it's an adjective and it means something different. When something is effective, that means that it works really well. Like if you played the Pokemon games, you know what I'm talking about. When you use a move on a Pokemon and it's like, it's super effective, dude. Well, not like that, but you get the idea. Anyway, yeah, that's what effective means. After effect, that's something else. It refers to an effect that takes place after something else has taken place. So like there can be after effects from a vaccine or from medication, or rather they're actually called side effects, but whatever, you get the idea. The global warming effect affects weather. I mean, that's not wrong, but it's kind of redundant. Like you could just say the global warming affects weather, or global warming has an effect on the weather, but putting both of those together is kind of overkill. I mean, it's not grammatically wrong, but it's just redundant. Okay. What are the effects? It should be what are the effects of global warming? I mean, I guess I don't know. Maybe from could work in that instance, but no. I think of would be better. Yeah, that sentence sounds weird. It's not grammatically wrong, but it just sounds weird. You would just say global warming affects weather or global warming has an effect on weather, but not both of those together. The snow affected the traffic. Yeah, see, you guys get it. My crush affects to me. No, you would just say my crush affects me. You can't affect to someone. You can affect someone, but not to someone. Okay. Oh, but what's also confusing is that affect, the first word with an A, it can actually be a noun, but in that case it would be pronounced differently. It would be pronounced affect, which is a term in psychology that refers to human emotion. In fact, actually, let me find the precise definition of it. Because it's not, I think it actually doesn't seem to be just about human emotion, but that is one thing. Yeah. Okay, yeah, see? So, affect in psychology refers to the underlying experience of feeling, emotion, or mood. So, in that case, affect can be a noun. But it would be pronounced differently, though. It's a psychological term. So, it would be pronounced affect, not affect, but affect. Yeah, exactly, affect. But that's a very specific definition. Normally, the word affect with an A is just it's a verb. It's a verb. And effect can actually also be a verb. The one with the E. Uh, with an E, I mean. It can also be a verb actually. But typically it's a noun. If it's used as a verb, it means to cause to come into being. Let me see if I can hold up. Or to put into, well, no, I'm sorry, no. Yeah, to cause to come into being, or to bring about, uh, no, hold on, sorry. Let me just, God, no, stop it. Dang, this computer. Okay. Okay, yeah, so effects can also mean accomplish. So, so what this means is that, like, here's an example of it. Okay, so here's effect being used as a verb. He effected his escape with knotted bed sheets, as in he accomplished his escape with knotted bed sheets. So he used bed sheets to escape. So in this case, effected means accomplish. Accomplished, I mean. So you can see that effect can be used as a verb, but typically effect is a verb, the one with the a, with an A, and effect with an E is a noun. Is it formal English? Yeah. It does sound formal or literary, but you might come across it in like on occasion. But typically it is a noun. So yeah, basically affect with an A is a verb, effect with an E is a noun. So just remember that. Hopefully I didn't confuse you guys, but yeah, that's typically how it's typically how that's typically how these verbs are used. Sorry, not verbs, words. Yeah, exactly. David posted a nice little summary here. So, affect is a verb meaning influence or to influence or cause someone or something to change. The cold weather has really affected her health. New technologies continue to affect how we live. Effect with an E is a noun that means the result of an influence. The pollution in the city had a bad effect on me. Most people these days understand the serious effects of smoking. And some still do it anyway, but what can you do? Anyway, so here, let me give you guys a sentence and please, oh, please correct it. What is wrong with that sentence? And can you correct it? Yeah, exactly. My sickness affected my ability to work. It should be with an A, not with an E. Thank you. Which one sounds more formal, affect or influence? Neither. They're both pretty neutral, honestly. Are the pronunciations the same? To some, yes. To others, they are slightly different. I pronounce them slightly differently. I pronounce the first one as affect and the second one as effect, but some people pronounce them the same. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to. Yeah, in that case, effect is a noun. Have an effect on something. Yeah. But let's go to number 4. Actually, you know what? On second thought, let's not do that. So now would be a good time for you guys to ask questions about anything you don't understand so far. What is love? Love is life. That is all. My sickness affected my ability to work. Okay. Or my sickness, it should be my sickness has a bad effect on my ability to work. But either is fine. Although I meant for you to correct it the first way, but either's fine. Wrong chat. Oh, that's okay. It should be caused, by the way. I hope I haven't caused you any trouble. Well, that's not really related to the lesson, but you can't pronounce can't with the T. It will not make any sense. Because then you would just have can. Is it correct to say, what can I say about myself? Or in that case, should I use me? Okay, that's a good question. That you're actually right. You can say, "What can I say about myself?" Because again, it's reflexive. You are both the subject and the object of that sentence, so it's fine. So yeah. Oh, you're welcome, Sidra. Well, Trax Cutter, that question is not technically related to this class, but um, the second one should be, what is it that you want to do? Like there's a word missing there. By me or by myself? It depends on the context, actually. But again, it goes back to whether or not the subject is the same as the object. If I is also the subject, if I is the subject, then by myself would make sense. Like, I can do this by myself, but by me would be different. So you could say, this book was written by me. In that case, I is not the subject in that sentence, so there's no need to use a reflexive pronoun. Yeah, exactly. It's basically reflexive versus passive. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's just as Weirdo says. It was created by me. I do it by myself. Yeah, exactly. Or I did it by myself. Depends on the context. Oh, it's okay, Trax Cutter. Oh, yes, that's actually a really good question, Gray. So, that's actually a very good question. So, you can use myself in that manner for emphasis. So, you could say, I myself completed this entire project. So, you are stressing the fact that you and only you did it. So, that's how people use myself. You can use it to emphasize the subject. Or you could do it with other people, other person, like other points of view. So you could say, you yourself caused this mess to happen. Or she herself has suffered so much. So yeah, reflexives can be used for emphasis. He himself did all the job or all the work. Yeah, exactly. Do the words old and all have the same pronunciation? No. No, not even close. But again, that question's not related to this class. Because remember, I'm asking you guys for questions that are related to what we've talked about so far. Oh, you're welcome, Gray. It should be, I completed it by myself, but otherwise, that's a good sentence, Hamburger. All clear, no questions left. Well, there was one earlier. Okay, so again, affect with an A is a verb. Just think of it like this. Affect is a verb, and affect with an E is a noun. That's basically it. So, if you want to say this accident affected me, then it would be with an A. But if you want to say this weather has a bad influence, I'm sorry, a bad effect. Oh, technically either works, but this weather has a bad effect on my health, then that's effect with an E. Do you see how the first one was a verb, but the second one was a noun? Here, actually, let me type these examples. Okay. This accident has affected me. Verb. This weather has a bad effect on my health. Noun. So just remember that. No, shall is used often in British English. It's really a British English thing. We Americans rarely use it. Except formally. Like in formal context you'll hear it. But even in formal context it's not used very much. But that's only American English. In British English, shall is used all the time. Anyway, he did his homework himself. Can this work without the by? Yeah, it can. He has done his homework by himself. That works too. Yeah, you can take the by out. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and continue. Since Astrovivid has given us confirmation that he has understood this point that I was making. Okay, so now let's go to number 4. And this one is less of a grammatical issue and more of a wording issue. So here. Number 4. Couldn't care less versus could care less. Now, I'm sure some of you already know what's wrong here, but let me explain it anyway. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so people often say, I could care less about something, and they mean to say that they don't care about it at all. But that's really not what they mean. It should be they couldn't care less about something. And the reason for that is that if you could care less about something, then that implies that you actually do care about something, although to a small degree. At least to a small degree. So here, let me provide an example. I could care less about your feelings. How do we fix this? What should it really be? Couldn't. Yeah, exactly. It should be couldn't. I couldn't care less about your feelings. Which means that there is no way you could care even more. You're already at the lowest point of caring. And at the highest point of not caring, basically. Stop. Lucas is like, stop! Don't do it! But anyway. But yeah, it should be I couldn't care less about your feelings. Okay, rip feelings. But yeah, it should be couldn't care less, because if you could care less, then you technically do care, even if it's a little bit. So yeah, just remember, if you want to express that you don't care, you should say I couldn't care less. Yeah, exactly. It's similar with I couldn't agree with you more, which is correct, which is the correct way to say it. So you don't want to say I could agree with you more, which would imply that you do disagree at least a little bit. But if you want to say, but if you want to express that you completely agree, you would say, I couldn't agree with you more, which means that you're at the highest point of agreeing. So you couldn't actually agree anymore, even if you tried, because you agree so much already. So saying it as a negative actually implies something positive. Yeah, English is so weird, isn't it? But yeah. In that context, yes, that's basically it. I couldn't care less about my friends. Is it correct? Yes. Worrying, but correct. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, the logic might be hard to see at first, but yeah, it does make sense if you think about it. It's the same in Spanish. Doesn't surprise me. Okay. But yeah, that's that one. Ooh, I love this one. Okay, let's go to number 5. Couldn't care less equals I don't care. Yeah, exactly. Couldn't care more. I'm sorry, I said couldn't care more. I mean, couldn't agree more means I completely agree. Couldn't care less means I completely don't care. Well, could care less does not necessarily mean that you've already cared a lot for something. It could just mean that it really just means that you care for something, but again, we don't know exactly how much you care. But yeah, for the first one, yeah, you're right. I couldn't care less means you could not give any less of a, well, that word if you tried. But anyway, let's go to number 5. By accident versus on accident. Okay, I'm going to give you a sentence. 2 sentences, actually, and I want you to tell me which one is correct. Okay, it was completely by accident. It was completely on accident. Which one is correct? Yeah, it's the first one. Thank you. At least I'm glad you all know that one because you will hear that quite a bit. Not the first one, but the second one. Oh, you'll hear both obviously, but you'll hear the second one quite a bit too. It should be yeah, exactly. It doesn't sound good. It should be by accident, but some people will say on accident. See, it really is a shock that that foreigners know not to do this, but natives don't. Uh, anyway, but yeah, it's like I do hear people say on accident. I did it on accident. I broke your stuff on accident. Uh, I came late on accident. No, no, by accident. By accident. By accident. Come on, by accident. You can do something on purpose, but you can't do it on accident. But yeah, found a native. How are you gonna shade him like that? How are you gonna do that to my boy? By accident. Son, we have you by accident. That's really messed up. Oh my god. It's like rip. It's like hashtag daddy issues. But anyway, he lost his memories by accident. Yeah, exactly. Not on accident. But anyway. See, some of you are so funny. But yeah, it should be by accident. On accident, it's just not standard English. Can on even be used with accident? I can't. That's the thing. I can't think of a context where it can be. So I would say no. I saw you on the accident, and by that I mean that you were standing on the cars that collided, which is really weird. But I mean that can technically work. Like that could actually work. I saw you on the accident, as in you are physically on the accident. I mean that can technically work. It's a weird context, but it can technically work. I saw you in the accident would mean that you were actually in the accident too. Both in the accident and on the accident can work in this context, but in the accident would imply that you were actually there. On the accident would imply that you were not there and that you saw somebody else there, but they were physically on top of the accident. And this is why I don't teach grammar, basically. Yeah, because it's just it's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. But you're teaching us grammar now. Yep, I am. I will admit that. But it can be hard even for me to explain sometimes, so that's basically what I'm saying. Accident is here as a place. Yeah, you could think of it like that. But yeah, on accident doesn't work. On the accident, well, that works in a specific context, like the one Magical brought up earlier. That works, but it's not something that's commonly used though. If you want to express that something was accidental, you would just say by accident. But hopefully you guys got that. So again, on accident will never work. By accident works. Okay. Well, I can't say that because who knows? Maybe on accident will that one day be a part of standard English, but as of now, it is not. Which is one thing I should also point out. So, standard English is not something it's not something that stays the same over time because standards can and do change over time in languages. So, what may be grammatical now may not be grammatical later, or what may be ungrammatical now may be grammatical later. And no language can resist this change. Language changes. All languages change. It's inevitable. You can try to slow it down. That's what Icelandic speakers are doing. But um, at the end of the day, you can't really completely prevent change. It happens. But basically, yeah, standards can change over time. So remember, standard English is not something that's set in stone. Some of it will be, some of it will not be. It depends. Where you live in Spain, you learn Catalan. I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce that language name correctly. That is 10 times worse. Dang. I would hope it wouldn't be because those are two very similar languages, but it's like but ouch. I broke up with her by accident. Can this be right? Yes, but it's weird though. How do you break up with someone by accident? Well, actually, I guess you can. Like, if you send a text message that if you say it's over in the text message and someone misinterprets that, then that can be an accidental thing. So I mean, and it can technically happen. So I mean, yeah, just give your phone to someone else. Well, neither makes any sense, Biscuit. It should be someone is doing something by accident. And you say that something went, but where did they go? Where did they go? Like you need that sentence is missing something. Like if you said something like something went there by accident, then yeah, that would work. But you can't just say something went by accident. But in any case, the second is more grammatical than the first. Like if you want to send it to your third girlfriend, but you accidentally sent the breakup message to your second one, so yeah. Oh my god. Something went on by accident. Yeah, exactly. That sentence makes sense. One simply does not break up by accident. I mean, you never know. Some people might just be really bad with text messages. It's like, it's over. No, wait, I wasn't talking about a relationship. Dang it. right? It's like the second one sent it to your wife, and then the wife sent it to your other two girlfriends, and then you're wifeless and girlfriendless. Oh no. What you went on in that context means continue, basically, or progress. Why should you have a wife and two girlfriends? Three, technically. But anyway, I'm sorry. But anyway, but yeah, you guys get the idea. Yeah, it should be by accident. Wifeless and girlfriendless, unimaginable. Exactly. Okay, so here's number 6. Mixing up is and are. Or basically just not following proper subject-verb agreement, which is a problem with both natives and non-natives, but with natives, they tend to do it in a different way from how the non-natives do it. What I mean by that is this. So they say something like, here's 3 cookies for you. Can you fix that sentence for me? Yeah, exactly. It should be are. Here are 3 cookies for you. And the reason for this is, and the reason for, whoa, magical. Right? It's like, yeah, that can happen. That can happen where your phone for whatever reason auto corrects a word that meant that was a word completely different from what you intended to say, and then yeah, oops. But yeah, the the reason why the reason why it should be here are 3 cookies for you is because, as someone else said, yeah, cookies is the plural form of cookie. I prefer the term biscuit instead of cookie. Ugh, so un-American. God. But no. Anyway, but yeah, it should be here are 3 cookies for you. Now, people do here's 3 cookies for you, or even there's 3 cookies for you, because, people are lazy and they want to contract whenever possible. So it's like, we'll just use here's and there's for plural stuff. Semantically, it's not valid, but it doesn't impede communication or affect communication. So yeah, but it's technically not standard English. It might be the standard in the future, though. Who knows? Yeah, natives are lazy. We are. Even I'm lazy at times with the grammar. When you go to websites, they want you to accept biscuits. Oh, wow. I see what you did there, magical. it's like it's like it's like you visit the you visit a website and it says, "Please accept our biscuits." Wait, don't you mean cookies? No, we mean biscuits. Okay. A cookie is a type of biscuit, right? Is it? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know how they're categorized. You is crazy. Now that's dialectal, I would say, because it's part of African American Vernacular English, or AAVE for short, or as some people would say, Ebonics, but I don't really like using the term Ebonics. And in that dialect, you would say things like that. You would say, "He be crazy," or "You was crazy," or "We was going outside yesterday," or stuff like that. But anyway, I mean natives in general, really. That's what I mean when I talk about natives. Yeah, like that's the thing. Like we're all just very lazy. We tend to drop things whenever possible. Instead of saying going to, we just say gonna. I'm gonna do it. Not I'm going to do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Or even in some dialects, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. But anyway, Or I'm gonna do it, right? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. But yeah, yeah, dialects are just weird. It's just weird. It reminds me of Chilean Spanish. Like that one is just a beast. Everyone's even other native speakers are like, yeah, we're not touching that. But yeah, you get the idea. Let me do it, right? Let me do it. Let me do it. Not let me do it. Let me do it. Let me do it. Or let me at him. Let me at him. Not let me at him. Let me at him. Gimme. Yeah, exactly. Gimme. Yeah, exactly. Americans say cookie, but British speakers say British. I said British speakers. British English speakers say biscuit. But you guys get the idea. It should be. It should be. Here are 3 cookies for you. So here are 3 cookies for you, and or for there you could say there are many things that we don't know. Not here's 3 cookies for you or there's many things that we don't know. No, it should be here are 3 cookies for you and there are many things that we don't know. Here are 5 cookies for you. Fixed. Here are 10 cookies for you. Fixed. It's like, no, let's make it 20. It's like, no, let's make it 100 because I am hungry. Yo, what is up, Jazzy? Yo, my boy, what is up? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, see, I should make a lesson where we talk about all the different vocabulary differences of British between British English and American English. Like how they say biscuits and we say cookies and they say tap and we say faucet. Or no, I'm sorry, it's the other way around. Wait, is it how am I getting confused on this? It's the other way around. I think well, no, I've heard tap and faucet both American English. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, beer versus pints. Like in American English we say I'm going for a beer with my friends, but in British English you'd say I'm going for a pint with my mates. Yeah, and of course the spelling's different as well. Color versus color or or I'm trying to think of another one. Oh yeah, and the whole like the double consonant thing, like traveled with one L versus traveled with 2 L's and stuff like that. But let's go to number 7. Oh, now number 7 is a good one. And and let's see. Apartment versus I think it's apartment versus flat. Like we say apartment, but they say flat. Trousers versus pants. Yeah, exactly. And see, my mom's a Nigerian English speaker. So she grew up speaking the Nigerian variety of English, which is very which is pretty close to British English. So she would often say trousers to us when we were kids. She doesn't say it anymore because she's settled here in America pretty well. But she used to say trousers all the time. So but since my brother, my sister, and I grew up here in America, we would say no, mom, no. Okay. 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 Sorry. I'll talk to my mom. But anyway, but yeah, like we would just say pants. Yeah, trash versus rubbish. That assimilation. Exactly. Movie versus film. It's not really formal versus informal. You'll hear both in both dialects. Mom, did you just say pants in your lesson? T-Man, no, Mom, no. Mom coming through the online chats is an international problem. Nah, it's nothing like that. I'm kidding. But anyway, okay, so here's number 7. Uh, Mixing up past tense forms and past participle forms. So this one's a pretty big one. Awkward laugh smile. Yeah, so what's wrong with the following sentence? What is wrong with this sentence? Yeah, exactly. It should be gone. Yeah, have gone. Either one. But it should be I should have gone to the store yesterday, not I should have went to the store. It should be I should have gone to the store. But you will hear this a lot. Who vented? Black did. No, I'm sorry, it's Red. Because Red is always sus. He's always sus. We know this to be true. He's always sus. It's a fact. But yeah, it should be gone. And I know somebody typed went, but they were probably pointing out the issue with that sentence. So yeah, went is the issue. So it should be gone. Thoughts be gone. Mm-hmm. You have to say it with more punch, like this. Be gone, thoughts! No, but anyway. I'm stupid. I'll stop being stupid. But anyway, your mom's gonna come back with the belt. She doesn't do that anymore. I hope. No, I'm kidding. It's like have gone present perfect. Well, yes, but there was a should in front of have gone. So in this case, no, it's not present perfect anymore. Oh no, I've been exposed. Jasper, you exposed me, Banhammer. I mean, that's how Nigerians do. They don't play around. They use belts. That's how they do. That's how they do. But anyway, that's how not even just Nigerian parents, African parents in general. But anyway, yeah, it should be. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, Asians too. A lot of parents do. It's like because they take discipline very seriously in those areas. It's like, I'm sorry, but okay. So what was I saying? Right. So it should be I should have gone to the store yesterday. Or here's another. Here's one that people also mess up a lot. What is wrong with this sentence? Yeah, exactly. It should be drunk. He has drunk. But some people will say drank. He has drank a lot of water. No, he has drunk a lot of water. It should be drunk. And why? Well, it's because that's the past participle form, which is used after certain auxiliary verbs, such as have or will. No, I'm sorry, not will. Sorry. Just like have, has, had, should have, must have, might have. You get the idea. Basically, it needs to be verb forms 3 or verb 3 or whatever. Yeah, third form of the verb, exactly. People also use double negatives a lot for some reason. Ooh, yes, I'm glad you pointed that out because that is, I think that's no, actually, that's going to come up after the next thing I'm going to talk about. So yeah, that is one thing I want to talk about today. So we're gonna talk about that in a bit. Remove has no, don't do that. That I mean that's dialectal though. That's dialectal. I think some people I think some people have said some people say like he drunk a lot instead of he's drunk a lot or he drank a lot. Oh wait, I think I see what you mean now. When you say remove has, when you said remove has, I think you meant remove has if you want to use the verb drank. I'm sorry, I misunderstood you. I think that's what you're referring to. But anyway, he drank a lot of water is correct. Yeah, exactly. You can say he drank a lot of water or he's drunk a lot of water, but not he's drank a lot of water. That sounds cluttered and clumsy. No, not really cluttered, just clumsy. I should say just clumsy. So Chiman was drunk with water yesterday. Oh, you said Sir Chiman. I mean, how do you get drunk off water though? Is that possible? I mean, there is such a thing as water intoxication, but I'm just kidding. It's like, yeah, yeah, there is such a thing as water intoxication, but is that really inebriation? Like getting actual, like actual, like actually being feeling drunk and being drunk or wasted or whatever. Important question. By accident. Yeah, and you could also say he is drunk, but in this case, drunk is an adjective. Because remember, past participles in English can also be adjectives. He is drunk. In this case, drunk is an adjective. When you go to the pub and buy a pint of water, this is water? Yeah, I put a lot of alcohol in it. Why? Because it would be funny to watch people drink something that they think is water. You could get arrested for that, right? Oh, crap. Oh, well. Anyway. Let's see. But yeah. So let me type up those sentences again. Water retention. Well, that's something different, but but anyway. So going back to these sentences, you can say he drank a lot of water and he's drunk a lot of water, but not he's drank a lot of water. No, don't do that. But yeah, remember, it's basically verb form 2 versus verb form 3. Do not mix these up, or I will hunt you down and put you in the I mean, I will, politely correct you on your mistake and happily tell you not to do it again. But anyway. Sus. Yeah, English is strange. It's a Germanic language thing where you have really strong verbs that, and by strong verbs they mean verbs that are strongly inflected, not like just you don't just attach a suffix to the end like ed in English. Those are weak verbs. Strong verbs are like verbs where the verb form changes entirely. It's like drink, drank, drunk, swim, swam, swum. Bring, brought, brought, and so on and so forth. This lesson is anti-Midwest. Well, I'm not Midwestern, so no, I'm kidding. But I really am not Midwestern. Okay, so now let's do this one. Strengthen is a weak verb. What a paradox. Right? This. It is. It's like, how is it a weak verb? It means to be stronger, but it's a weak verb. How dare you? Right? Yeah, put. Put. Exactly. Yeah, some verbs do not change. It's like put. I put. I have put. Sorry, yeah. I put. I have put. Cut. Yeah, exactly. Cut, cut, cut. I cut, and I have cut. Hurt, hurt, hurt. English is so dumb. Oh my god. Hurt, hurt, hurt. Now, read is special because, like, the last two are going to be pronounced differently. Read, red, red. Like the color red. Read, red, red. Why do we add st after the adjective? That's not. Look up comparative and superlative forms of adjectives, and you'll have your answer. I can't really cover that right now. But anyway, let. Yeah, let. Exactly. Let. I let. I let. I have let. It's like, why? Let. Let. And and I'm sure there are more examples we could think of. Like, there are just so many. Set. There you go. Set. Set. Let. Put. Cut. Hurt. Oh god. Hit. There you go. Okay, but yeah, don't mix up those verb forms. Now let us go to number 8. Oh wait, actually before we go to number 8, here, let me stop for now and ask and answer questions that anyone has related to what we've been talking about. Oh yeah, and there's also sit. I think someone might have already mentioned that, but I don't even remember. Sit. Or actually, no, I'm sorry. That's stupid. It's not sit. It's sat. Never mind. Forget it. Sorry, I can't English. Never mind. Yeah, exactly. Sit, sat. Sit, sat, sat. Sit, sat, sat. Shut. Yeah, there you go. See? Shut. When the teacher can't English. Oh, and I really like how somebody. I don't think I didn't see your comment there. I really like how somebody literally posted something and then deleted after. Really slick. Not. Anyway, when a teacher can't English, nope, I can't English or Spanish or German or even French. Right? It's like we saw that. Le gracias. Oh, it wasn't finished? Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Oops. I'm sorry. I thought it was something else. Wow, okay. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It looked like that to me. I'm sorry. F in the chat, everyone. F in the chat. F. I did not mean to assume. It's just like it looked that way to me. AF. but yeah. Let me see. So can't blame him though. Yeah, exactly. Like it looked that way to me. But I know it was an accident. Kind of like the Cyberpunk 2077 game. But anyway, enough shade. So, any questions? I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. like that game was just a mess. But anyway, right? It's like that game will be fixed by Cyberpunk 2077 will be fixed by 2077. I mean, I don't doubt it because video game patches are just coming more and more slowly nowadays. It's like a game's was released like 3 years ago, and they're still creating patches. I'm like, why? I can't even play it. Damn. Oh no, I cussed. I'm sorry. I feel like they shouldn't add the year in the game title. It'll always go wrong. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. And it's pretty cliched. Oh, Cyber Realm 2042. No, stop. This isn't. You sound like an eighth grader. Stop. But anyway, yeah, true. Making video games is not easy, but really, like, there's no excuse for unleashing a game that. I'm sorry, I said unleashing. Releasing a game that clearly wasn't finished. And then it would say, oh, okay, we're going to patch the game later. No, no, get it right the first time and stop wasting everyone's time. But I digress. It's hilarious. Yeah, just like Sonic Colors Ultimate. That game wasn't finished either. Oops. Anyway, does anyone have. Why do people use wood to show future aspect every time? Um, Not every time. It depends. I would kiss you. I'm flattered. But I had to decline. I would also like to know. But yeah, any other questions? See, I would talk about that, but that's like wood is like something really complicated, and I would need to have an entire lesson for that. No, I can go for like another 90 minutes. We're halfway through the lesson, really. Well, technically, we're not halfway through the lesson. We're just halfway through the lesson time. Well, I can't really. Well, see, how to improve writing. Again, that's something that would be covered in a different lesson because it's not related to this lesson. Wood is like your girlfriend. It doesn't exist. Complicated. Oh, shoot. Oh, my God. The shade. Wasted. Not just wasted, obliterated, viscerated, creamed, annihilated, dominated, burned. Burned to a crisp. Cremated. Turned to dust and ash. So I assume these are all the mistakes that natives make, or are there any more? No, there are more. There are more. And it's important to know that foreigners tend not to make these mistakes, and with good reason because they learn the language the standard way. And again, with good reason because of course it's there's something wrong with focusing on a specific dialect, but if you try to put so many colloquialisms into your speech, you will sound absolutely awful if you have no idea how to use any of them properly. Wiped out of existence, decimated, atomized. Vaporized. Okay, let's go to number 8. Mixing up lie and lay. When you realize you're a foreigner can thus speak more correctly than a native. Yeah, because oh my, not just speak but write as well. Not just speak, because a lot of people have really bad writing skills, and I'm just like, how? How is this happening? You went to school, right? Yeah, oh shoot is just a milder way of saying shit, which some people call sugar honey iced tea. Like instead of saying the S word, they'll just say sugar honey iced tea. Oh, you'll be back? Okay, Magical. We shall wait for you. Poop also works. Yeah, that's another euphemism or turd. Or to some people, crap. But anyway, who in the entire world says sugar honey iced tea? I don't know. Almost no one. Almost no one, but I have heard it a few times. Like sugar honey iced tea with the side of BS. What? But now that I've stopped making you cringe, let's go ahead and. Oh, you have to leave? Okay, see you later. Bye, knee, which rhymes with ree. We free. Okay. Okay, so the difference between I'm dumb. So the difference between lie and lay is that they're both verbs actually. But here's the thing. Lie is intransitive. So what does that mean? It doesn't take a direct object. So transitive. So lie is transitive. It means to set yourself down in, well, it could be a prone position or a supine position. Like, it depends. Basically, you put yourself down on the ground or a bed or whatever, completely flat. And that's lie. So when somebody says lie down, you might lie down on the couch or a bed or even the floor or whatever. Your girlfriend lies in bed. I would hope so, that it's your bed and not someone else's. But anyway, um, I see. I need to stop doing that. Okay. But yeah. So here, let me find more precise definitions. Yeah, exactly. Lie means to be or to stay at rest in a horizontal position. I think he means grandfather. Well, hopefully that doesn't create any more startling implications than it already has. But anyway, friend got gather, friend gather. Oh, Gordon, that's not related to the lesson. And yet, but yeah, as he said, as Oreo said, there's no difference. Okay, lay. So lay is to put or set down. So let me type these. I can't. Stupid. Okay, there we go. Lie, to be or stay at rest in a horizontal position. Lay, to put or set down. So lay is transitive, meaning that it takes a direct object. Well, we're talking about lay in general. That's a specific definition, Trex Cutter. So lay is more the action and lie the state. Well, no, they're both verbs of action. Although, I mean, lie can sometimes take states, but I don't want to complicate things. So for lie, you could say something like he. I'm sorry. So he lies down on his bed. Or he, but for lays, you'd say, for the verb to lay, you'd say he lays his pillows on his bed. So he lies down on his bed and he lays his pillows on his bed. So lays takes a direct object, which in this case is his pillows. What is he putting down on his bed? His pillows. He lays his pillows on his bed. But lie is not transitive. It doesn't take a direct object. So he lies down on his bed. And of course, the verb forms for lie, and this is where the confusion happens. So here are the three verb forms: lie, lay, lain. And for lay, it's lay, laid, and laid. So you can see where the confusion happens, because lay is the past tense of lie when you're referring to, being at rest in a horizontal position. He lay on the bed last night when he died. I know that's a grim example, but you get the point. But with lay, it's like lay, laid, and laid. Yeah, exactly. That one's confusing, isn't it? And I also put the word lane, which is verb form 3, the third verb form of the verb to lie, but really almost no one uses that. It's just too old fashioned sounding. So people will just say laid instead, which causes even more confusion. So it's like, you're not likely to hear something like I have lain on the bed. You might hear something like I have laid on the bed, which is not precise, but doesn't sound as old-fashioned. So anyway, whenever you type, it sounds like you are a cashier scanning products. Yeah, when I type, it just sounds really loud like this. Like, I've even had a few people point out how loudly I type, because I hit the enter key like with such force, it's just like boom. But anyway. Are you using a mechanical keyboard? No. It's just a regular keyboard on my laptop. Unless that's what a mechanical keyboard is, because I honestly don't have no idea what that even... I don't completely understand what that means. He got laid. Well, I mean, Jasperi, I guess that's worth mentioning, but... No, I'm playing. My mechanical keyboard is so loud, Jesus. Oh, and yeah, what also makes this confusing is that to lie can also mean it can also mean like uh to tell people information, to give people information that's false. So in that case, to lie would take these three forms: lie, lied, lied. Lie, lied, lied. Like he lied to me yesterday. But you get the idea. But yeah, that's not the definition I'm talking about though. But yeah, there are multiple definitions for lie. Ooh, you design mechanical keyboards. Okay, okay. What? It's just it's just verb form number 3. So it works like any other third verb form. So I have lied to you, or he had lied to me when my parents saw what happened, or something like that. You get the idea. Mr. Pogger! Yes, of course. Oh, I love a good pog in the morning. PogChamp. Pogtastic. What? Poggers. But yeah, don't mix up lie and lay. They're two different. They're two different verbs. And yeah, as someone else pointed out, to lay can also mean to produce eggs. Like a chicken is laying its eggs. Or it should be her eggs, really, but whatever. So yeah. So yeah, just keep that in mind. But it would still have the same verb forms as the other definition. So it'd still be lay, laid, and laid. Pogtacular. I love that PogChamp emote. It's like his mouth is just open. PogChomp, right? No, if you want to express that somebody had sex with somebody else, you would just say, I got laid, or she got laid, or he got laid, or any other person you want to talk about. Hopefully not anyone specific, but anyway, or they got laid, yeah. Okay, so oh my god, biscuit. Yeah, you get the idea. Oh god. I hope that's not what's happened. But anyway. He lays a lot? I don't think you would want to say that. Because no, it has a present tense. Like all verbs do. Okay, so let us continue with number 9. So, double negatives. As someone mentioned earlier, you will hear this quite a bit in English, but it is not standard. So, can somebody tell me what is wrong with this sentence? I didn't hear nobody. Now there are two ways. To fix this, but either way. Yeah, exactly. It should be I didn't hear anybody. Or even I heard nobody. Either way, it should not be I didn't hear nobody. Because that's a double negative. You already have a negative in that sentence. Didn't. Which is a contraction for did and not. So it should be I didn't hear anybody. Because nobody is negative, and if you have two negatives, semantically you would get a positive, as somebody pointed out. Adventure said, it means I hear somebody. Yeah, it's like, I didn't hear nobody, so that means that I heard somebody. I didn't do nothing. Yeah, so you did something. Now, yeah, you can't really use double negatives like that in standard English. Now, in certain dialects, it's grammatical. AAVEs, again, another example of this, where double negatives are used all the time. So, but yeah, like in standard English, they're not allowed. Now, there are occasions where they can be used grammatically. As somebody pointed out, I didn't do nothing means that you did something. So in that context, in a context, that sentence could work. So like for example, if somebody says, "Wow, you worked really hard today," and then somebody replies with, "Yeah, exactly." It's not. I mean, it's not that I. It's. I mean, I didn't do nothing. I did a lot. So it's like I couldn't just sit there. I didn't do nothing. I did something. Or like for example, like you like say there was this accident where a building collapsed and a lot of people got hurt and somebody was helping, and then somebody who came onto the scene thanked one of the helpers who said, well, I couldn't do nothing to help them, I had to do something. I mean, I couldn't do nothing, I had to help them, you know. So in that case, yeah, you can use double negatives like that to mean that you actually, to mean a positive, like you actually did something, whatever it is that you did. You know, that is a good point, Biscuit. Perhaps some people use double negatives to exaggerate or emphasize negatives. Although, honestly, it could be standard in the future, but I don't think it's very likely. Who knows? But who knows? Maybe. I could be wrong. It wouldn't be a bad idea to standardize it, but I don't know. I'm not sure that's likely. But I should also point out that in certain languages, such as Spanish and Portuguese, double negatives are perfectly fine and even grammatically necessary at some points. But in English, they're usually a big no-no. Is it correct to say I did nothing today? Yeah, of course. Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. Thank you for correcting me, Sidra. Sorry, yeah, okay, so yeah, in Portuguese it's not fine either. But in Spanish it definitely is. Sorry, I was mistaken. My bad. My bad. Can two positives make a negative? Nope! But, let's see. Is big no-no a double negative? No. Not really. You're just really repeating the word no. Neither of us can't do it. Neither of us can do it. It should be the second. The first does not make any sense. You would say, I mean, you could say either of us can't do it, although it would be more natural to just say both of us can't do it. But neither of us can do it is perfectly fine. But anyway, do try to again, I should point out that for many of these things I bring up, no one's going to care that much if you say these things in casual conversations, but if you're like going for a job interview or if you're writing an academic essay, don't do these things, please. Just don't. It would be bad form if you put if you ever put I didn't hear nothing in your academic essay, and your professors would get triggered and they would just like shred your entire paper. No, I'm kidding. At least I hope they don't do that. Anyway, I didn't see nothing. F. What? But my thesis. No, F. But no, I'm kidding. I will write my entire essay in slang. Oh God. And then your teacher's like your paper gets like you no joke. You won't even get blacklisted. No, I'm kidding. I hope that never happens to anyone. It's like blacklisted. This essay was so bad that we blacklisted it. It's like no. He'll get yeeted. Yep, he'll get the boots. He'll get spanked. Hopefully he's not into that though. Anyway, let's go on with the next the next thing, the next violation of standard English that natives tend to commit. Is there such a word as red listing? I don't know, honestly. What are we learning? We are learning about common grammatical violations of standard English that natives tend to commit. So we're basically and I use this term loosely, grammatical mistakes that natives make. And I say loosely because these aren't really mistakes, just deviations from from standard English. Where are we learning? Spanish. Si quieres, I can teach you Spanish. No, I can't. Anyway, black means you have committed some offense. Red means you are a student. Well, I mean, the implication of that sentence, I mean, if you want to say that, you can, but it's kind of racist. No, I'm kidding. Okay, now let's go to number 10, which probably pisses me off the most. If you do this, I was going to say the same. Sí, pensaba lo mismo. I was thinking the same thing. But anyway, let's go to number 10. And this one triggers me. It triggers me. Que miedo. Uno. That's actually a word in my heritage language. I think it means. I'm trying to remember what it means. Damn, I forgot. But anyway. No, I'm not doing anything from a book. This is just from my outline, from my notes. Okay, so number 10. Overusing the past perfect. I'm doing an outline. I have an outline right here. Like, we're not reading from anything. Okay, so overusing the past perfect. This triggers me because I see natives doing this all the time. And I'm just like, why? Just why? Okay, so here's an example of what I mean. This was the man you had arrested the other day. Does the past perfect need to be used here? Is it necessary? Can you take the had out and the sentence would still make sense? Exactly. It should be you arrested. This was the man you arrested the other day. So, no, it should not be used there. So, now to be fair, this sentence doesn't exactly seem wrong. But it's just not necessary to use the past perfect that way. It's just not. Is it correct? It's correct, but it's not necessary, and it doesn't make much sense. And I say this because the past perfect needs additional context to make sense. You can't just use it in isolation like that. So if you say something like, I had forgotten about her. If you say something like this, and you don't provide any more context in that, I'm just going to be like, when? I had forgotten about her. Okay, when? When had you forgotten about her? I'd forgotten about her when I when I went to the party. because we had a breakup recently. Like in that context, it's fine. The past perfect is fine. Do you see how we need additional context for the past perfect to make sense? You can't just use it by itself like that unless it's implied by the context. So if you say something like this, when I met another girl, now that's just not very nice. You didn't have to tell that to everyone. Ha! Okay. So here's an example where the past perfect can stand by itself without any additional well, I mean, there is additional context, but you don't need to put it in the actual sentence here. So, person A, my mom came home by 7 p.m. yesterday. At 7 p.m. I'm sorry. I can't English today. My mom came home at 7 p.m. yesterday, and by that time you had already cleaned the entire house. Yes, she didn't suspect that we threw a party. So in that case, it works. And I don't even know why I put a question mark there. Here, let me fix that. And you had already cleaned the entire house, right? Why? That's a comma. That should be a comma, not a period. Dang. Okay. Yeah. In that case, using the past perfect is fine because by itself, I mean, it by itself, it's fine because we have additional context. That's like that context is my mom came home at 7 p.m. yesterday. So basically, the sentence is you had already cleaned the entire house when your mom came home at 7 p.m. yesterday, or by the time your mom came home. Like, in that case, the past perfect can stand by itself because the additional context is implied. So it's fine. So in this case, in cases like this, it's fine to use the past perfect by itself. But not in cases like this, where you say something like, I hadn't seen that movie. Okay, and are you going to tell me anything more? Because that sentence does not sound semantically complete. I mean, it's grammatically correct, but semantically, it's not complete. Because again, if you say sentences like this, people are going to be wondering, okay, is there more to this context? Like, are you going to say anything else? Because that's the past perfect. That's the nature of the past perfect. Like, it needs something else to make it complete. But if you say something like, if I haven't seen that movie, that's fine. No additional context is needed. By semantically, I mean with regard to like sentences and word order and stuff. Well, not really word order itself, but that would be syntactically. But semantically, as in it just refers to the words in sentences. But anyway. So, let me see. Yeah, you can rewrite it like that, tracks cutter. That's fine. And by that time, had you already cleaned the entire house? Yes. Yeah. If you rephrase that entire thing as a question rather than a statement with a question tag at the end, as I did, then yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you can do it that way. So you could say, you had already cleaned the entire house by then, right? Yeah, that's fine. Guess who's back? Yay, magical poggers. But anyway. But yeah, magical. We're on the very last part of the lesson, uh, where we with the the last violation where people overuse the past perfect. Yeah, and I was talking about how using the past perfect with like no context, basically in isolation, can lead to some weird sentences. Yeah, exactly. So basically don't use the past perfect that the simple past will do. And here's another thing that really drives me up the wall. When people say things like, oops, I can't speak today. Okay, so here, let me talk about this one particular point. And if you guys remember, in one of my previous lessons, I talked a bit about this as well. Using the past perfect with the conjunction before, this isn't wrong, but it is not necessary. And it sounds clunky. To some, anyway. And the reason for this is that the past perfect, by definition and by nature, already implies that one action happened before another in the past. So why are you using the word before? It's redundant, basically. So to fix that sentence, we should say, I had never seen that movie when I came to the theater. So if you change the conjunction, that's fine. Or in some cases, you can simply delete the verb. Um, you can simply delete the had in the past perfect. So like here's an example where you could fix this. Okay, so somebody could say, okay, so there are two ways to go about fixing this. I had gone to the bank before my dad came home. Again, this sentence sounds clunky. So there are two ways to fix this. So the first way is to replace the conjunction before with a different conjunction. So give me a moment. I'm still trying to type something. I haven't missed your sentence. I'm just trying to type something right now. And keep in mind that there are multiple people typing at once, so I might not be able to answer everything at once. Okay, so there are two ways to fix this sentence. Oh, okay, never mind reloading. Uh, let's see. Or you could do this. So there are two ways to fix this sentence, which is well, let me talk about the sentence first. The sentence is, I had gone to the bank before my dad came home. Let's fix that. So we could say, I had gone to the bank by the time my dad came home, or we could just delete the had and then change that entire thing to the simple past. I went to the bank before my dad came home. So here we have two acceptable alternatives. And again, the first sentence I put here isn't wrong, but it's redundant. Because again, the past perfect by itself already means that one action happened before another in the past. So with the conjunction before, it's overkill. It's redundant. Like there's no point. It's semantically redundant. And plus with the word, if you're going to use a conjunction before, that's best used with sequences of events in the past, which is better used, which works better with the past simple. The past simple is better used for sequences than the past perfect is. So yeah, using the past perfect like this, it's not a very good thing to do, if that makes sense. If before is an adverb, then it's fine. So if you say something like, she had never yelled at her parents before, then that sentence can work. As long as you have enough context, that sentence can work. That sentence can work. Because before here is not a conjunction, it's an adverb. And in that case, it would not clash with the use of the past perfect at all. I went to the bank before my dad came home. Is he still in the bank, or he went and came home and his dad was still not home? Well, that depends on the context, really. I went to the bank before my dad came home. I mean, that can mean that the person. Well, no, actually. Well, see, what that means. Well, we don't really know the exact time frame. It just means that you went to the bank and then you left, and then your dad came home. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you went back home before your dad did. So we don't really know. It depends. Yeah, you'd have to rely on additional context for that. But if you say something like, "I went to the bank before I came home," or before coming home, then yeah, I mean, that's pretty clear. It's like not confusing at all. But it depends, really. No, you cannot interchange the past perfect and past simple. You can't. They are two different things. He had left for the bank before his dad came. No, it should be he left for the bank before his dad came, or he had left for the bank when his dad came. And those two sentences actually do mean different things. The two I just said. Going back to this example here, where I fixed that clunky sentence I typed, those two sentences mean slightly different things. I mean, well, reloading both sentences sound smooth. It's just that the second is more about sequence, and the first implies, like, the second sentence implies that there's a gap between the two events. The first one does not. So here, let me post these sentences again so that everyone can see what on earth I am talking about. So in the first sentence, there's no gap between the two events, but in the second sentence there is. So that's the difference. It's a slight difference, but it is a difference nonetheless. Oh, bye, Sidra. We shall miss you. Oh, good night, Trax Cutter. Oh, you understand. I am happy. I am poggers. Okay. But yes. Basically, don't overuse the past perfect. Now, if you're non-native and you're having problems using the past perfect, that's okay. You'll get it eventually, and you have an excuse. But if you're a native and you mess up the past perfect like this, don't. Please, just don't. You're triggering me. Do not trigger me. Nativus among us. I'm a non-native, so I can mess it up intentionally, right? Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Don't you dare! I mean, the slowdown, the cooldown time is like 10 seconds for comments. There's really no need to reduce it any further. I had already gone to the bank by the time my dad came home, correct? Yes. There you go. You've got it. Oh, I know. I was just kidding. Like, fish be pog. I love a good pog in the morning, full of fish and chips. Anyway, that doesn't even make any sense. But anyway, those are all the mistakes that natives make and foreigners don't. Well, not all the mistakes, but 10 of them basically. And if you make them, you will trigger me. You will trigger me. You will trigger me. Keep calm and pog. The slow mode was always annoying. Yeah, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. Okay, so let me do a recap of all of the things we talked about. Violations of standard English that natives commit. Number 1, compliment versus compliment. Number 2, me versus myself. Number 3, affect versus affect. Number 4, couldn't care less versus could care less. Number 5, by accident versus on accident. Number 6, mixing up is and are. Number 7, mixing up past tense forms and past participle forms. Number 8, mixing up lie and lay. Number 9, double negatives. And number 10, overusing the past perfect. You tried to mess with me, Banhammer. It's like, but he's your assistant, Banhammer. But I thought you guys were cool, Banhammer. But you guys have spent so much time to Banhammer. Okay. It's like, help! I'm dying of a heart attack, Banhammer. Oh shoot. Oh crap. Well, good luck to him. Anyway. Attention native speaker, you have been charged with terminal violations. 148 double negatives, 243 wrong syntax, 99 bad grammar, 404 verbosity, 1000 saying cactuses instead of cacti. But yeah, to quickly sum up all of these. So with number 1, a compliment with an I is when you say something nice about someone. A compliment refers with an E refers to something that completes or enhances something else. Number 2, with me and myself, use myself when you are also the subject of the sentence. So like, I see myself in the mirror, but don't use it when you are not the subject of the sentence. Well, when I should say, is not the subject of the sentence. So you can't say, please see him or myself. No, please see him or me. So for number 3, affect versus effect. So the first one with an A, the second one with an E. Affect with an A, or I'm sorry, affect, I should say. Affect with an A is a verb. Effect with an E is a noun. So this weather affects me, that's with an A. This weather has a bad effect on me, that's with an E. So number 4, couldn't care less versus could care less. It should be couldn't care less, because if you could care less, then you technically do care, even if you care just a little bit. But if you couldn't care less, then you are at the lowest point of caring, and at the highest point of not caring. So number 5, by accident versus on accident. You can never do something on accident, but you can do something by accident. So it's the first one. Number 6, mixing up is and are. Remember, don't use contractions with an apostrophe S if you have plurals. So you can't say, here's 3 cookies, or there's many TVs in this house. No. Here are 3 cookies. There are many TVs in this house. Number 7, mixing up past tense forms and past participle forms. Don't say things like, I should have went to the store, when you mean to say, I should have gone to the store. Because verb form 2 and verb form 3, aka the past tense and the past participle forms, are 2 different things. Number 8, mixing up lie and lay. Lie is an intransitive verb. Basically, it doesn't take on a direct object, and it means to put yourself in a horizontal position. So like, I lie down on the bed. In that case, you can't say I lay down on the bed. No, you lie down on the bed. But you can lay something on the bed. In that case, lay would be intransitive. I'm sorry, no, transitive. Sorry, it would be transitive. So like, I lay my bed sheets on my bed. In that case, yes, you can use lay like that. So, but lie and lay are 2 different verbs. Don't mix them up. And then you have double negatives, which are almost never grammatically standard in English unless you actually mean to say unless you actually mean to refer to a positive. So when you say something like, I couldn't do nothing and let them just die, in that case you actually wanted to help the victims of the incident. So you couldn't do nothing, which means that you wanted to do something, or you could do something. So in that case, double negatives are fine, but mostly they're not. You can't say, oh, I didn't hear nobody, or I haven't heard from nobody yet. No, you didn't hear from anybody. You haven't heard from anyone yet. And then there's number 10, overusing the past perfect. So, don't use it when the past simple would be just fine. So don't say something like, I had finished my homework before I gave it to my teacher. No, I finished my homework before I gave it to my teacher. Or I had finished my homework when I gave it to my teacher. Although the second one doesn't really need to be said there. We would just say the first one. But in many contexts, either sentence would be fine, but they would mean slightly different things. Okay. Anyway. Wait, what did Magical type here? But I thought of me as your assistant. Using Banhammer this much affects me so badly. This behavior are so bad, even if it's on accident. It seems to me that you could care less. I am going to ban you. No, I'm kidding. Or am I? Huh. But yeah, that's will be it for today. I have covered everything. I see me as a hero. Well, it should be capitalized though. If you're referring to me as a person. I see Magical as a hero. We could be hero. I'm off key. Never mind. I'm sorry. Um. Anyway, just for one day. Just for one day, I wish I could have superpowers. Not really. I don't really need any. I'm already awesome. And everyone's like, you sure? It's like ban hammers to everyone. But anyway. LMAO. Yep, LMAO. That's what I do. I make everyone laugh. I make everyone laugh. Kind of like most television shows nowadays. And by that, I mean I laugh at their quality. But anyway, does anyone have any questions before I leave? I got a big red heart from Magical. Certainly you did. Certainly. Having my A fall off actually sounds pretty painful, not gonna lie. Especially if it's really round and thick. Like, just imagine that thing whoop, plopping to the floor. But anyway. Okay. I'm sorry. But I didn't get one from Chi Man. Send me a very big red heart. Full of blood. No. Anyway. I mean questions about this class, like this topic, not questions about has had or anything else that's unrelated. You can have a heart with the what is that animal? I don't even know what that is. But it's cute. Like me. Anyway. Oh, it's a fox. What does the fox say though? Oh well. Anyway. I am beginning to doubt your skill as a teacher. Is that so? It says that. Thanks for your help, Chi-Man. You're welcome. What the dog doing? I don't know. I mean, who let the dogs out? We'll never know. Is there any other grammar class? Flashbacks, Just Dance. Yep, Just Dance. I play that series. It's really fun. I have every game. Well, except for the god awful kid spin off and crap. Ugh. Anyway. Your next classes are going to be for beginners, right? Yes. Okay, so here's how it's going to work. So um after today and tomorrow, well, no, actually the week after that, the week after next week, I will start having classes for beginners and intermediates as well. But I'll focus on beginners first because my beginner and intermediate content is lacking on my channel. It is incredibly lacking. Where's Alan G? I know not where he is. If you want to know when my next class is, just check classes FAQ. Like, there's a schedule there that shows you when these classes will take place. Not just my classes, but all classes on the server. It will show you there. And in your own time zone, too. It's rather convenient. Because over here, it's like 1:56 p.m. right now. But anyway, I don't really have any grammar books to recommend you guys, unfortunately. And besides, a lot of grammar exercises online are pretty crap. So I'm not really so I don't really think too highly of a lot of grammar resources. He lied down on the floor. That's what it should be. So remember, to lie means to, and I'm not talking about like not telling the truth. To lie means to uh, put yourself in a horizontal position, as if you're resting. Um, so I lied down on the floor would be fine, but not laid on the floor. No. But you can lay something on the floor. So I laid my water bottle on the floor, or I put my water bottle on the floor for that matter. You have almost sinned, gods of English. Forgive me. That's okay. Everyone sins when it comes to English grammar. Everyone. Even the most grammatically accurate of people mess up with grammar on occasion. Are you kidding? You're still here? Oh, I can just leave now. Okay, class over. No, I'm kidding. LOL. That's what I said when I played The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. LOL. Because that game's not good. Anyway, sorry, I need to stop dissing games. So, am I leaving? I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave soon. But for now, there's one more message I would like everyone to read. Let me just prepare it really fast. Okay. Anyway. I'm not drinking coffee. Not today, anyway. Yeah, see this desk. It need like it's so like it's so wobbly and squeaky. Yeah, I need to throw it out and go get a new one. Yeah, hang on. Okay, there. Now. Oh shoot, my bad. I'm preparing a special message. It might make you cringe though. It might make you cringe. Who knows? But it's the thought that counts. And I'm so sorry for this, but I couldn't resist. Okay. Okay, but this is an important message. For those of you, so for those of you who have confidence or motivation issues when it comes to learning English as a second language, or third, fourth, fifth, whatever. It depends on how many native languages you have. Here's my message. Here's my message to you. Remember, everyone, just keep breathing and breathing and breathing. You've got to focus. There are no tears left to cry. It's important to try one last time to improve your English. Otherwise, you'll have a problem. Find the way that works best for you. Break free of your inhibitions. I couldn't resist. I'm sorry. Okay, that's enough puns from Ariana Grande songs. But anyway. Oh, God. Okay. I never learned rules for English. I just go by my gut feeling. Exactly. Exactly. You want that native-like intuition. So my stance is that learning grammar can be beneficial, but I don't think it's necessary. At least not for speaking. For writing, yeah, but for speaking, no. But anyway. But really, you should just focus on, actually being able to communicate than being grammatically accurate. Rhythm. Rhythm. Rhythm, 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 rhythm. Okay, rhythm. I pronounce it right now. Rhythm. It sounds like I'm on sugar right now, but I actually had like 6.5 hours of sleep and I had no coffee, so I don't know why I'm just acting like this. Anyway, hopefully you all enjoyed this lesson. Oh, and hold on. There's something I haven't done in a while. Okay, that felt good. Anyway. Yeah, I miss Miss Ducky too. I've become funnier. Thank you. More fun than the English lessons at school. Oh, thank you. Share an interesting story that happened in your life. Well, let's see. I got run over by a car 3 times. No, I'm kidding. That didn't happen. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. But yeah. I can't actually physically imagine the English teacher at school saying "pog." It's impossible. Yeah, I can see that. Like, you're not wrong. Kind of like how you'll never see a teacher wearing shorts. It's just not gonna happen. I guess they meant you became funny. It can be either like that. It could be either you became funnier, you've become funnier, you became funny, you've become funny. Tuck your shirt in. But it's hot. I don't care. Tuck your shirt in. Oh, tuck frump. Well, That if that's how you feel, okay. Okay. He's on something today. I can hear it. There's a major difference. Of course, magical. Of course. Of course. They have luxury toilets probably. Imagine the teacher just, doing their business on a toilet that's made of gold. It's like wait, that toilet's made of gold and you're just violating it? How dare you? My school probably wouldn't be able to afford that. LOL. Honestly, what school would? Then what is the difference? Well, you've become funnier is just more recent than it's implied to be really recent compared to you became funnier. Like you've become funnier is more connected to the present than the other one. Hey, please share something funny. I'm trying to think of something funny. Damn, I'm trying to think of something funny. But what I said was you became funny. Oh, so you're not saying you became funnier. So that's what you mean. Are you implying I'm not funny? How dare you? No, I'm kidding. Or I wasn't funny, but kidding. Or am I? He screams too badly. I'm sorry for being so loud. My grandma's even louder, though. And so is my mom. And my sister. And my aunts. They're all loud. Anyway, I'm just kidding. But you're not wrong, though. Why no in bed? I don't know. Sometimes those don't show up. Maybe there's a reason for it. You're getting screamed at? No. No, they're usually doing it to someone else. Like I can hear them like from all the way from my room. I'm just like, what are you guys shouting about? Can you tell us a story using wrong grammar intentionally? Hmm. Well, one day I has gone to the store and I buy milk and I go to car and I oh god, I can't do this. Okay, anyway, I have been recently assigned to an HR job and it has greatly helped me improve my confidence in English speech. I am happy to hear that. I am happy to hear that. Yeah, if that's good. It's good that it's good that you've gotten out of your comfort zone. So it's like, yay, I am more confident. Goku transforming to Super Saiyan 3. Honestly, I don't even remember how many forms there are for him because I don't even watch the series. I think I watched like only one episode. And it was the one where Gohan fought Cell. I won't say what happens at the end because it's rather tragic, but yeah. Anyway, I don't want to spoil it. But yeah, that will be it for this lesson. No, if I scream, I'll just brutally murder everyone's ears. I don't want to be tried for that. Yeah, why, Peter? Why would you get nails that long? I've never understood why people get nails that long. Like, what's the point? Like, it's not practical. I'm just gonna have these really long acrylic nails, and now I can't press anything on my screen or on my keyboard, and I'm just like, why? Well, it's pretty, but it's not practical. You could poke an eye out with those things. T-Man, I won't spoil it. Also, T-Man, it's rather tragic. How dare you? You're not wrong. You are not wrong. But yeah, like, after. So tomorrow we're gonna talk about 10 mistakes that grammar mistakes that non-natives make. So 10 more, I should say, because we did 10 before. So we're going to do 10 more. And then next week on Tuesday, no, sorry, not next week, the week after that. The week after that, no, next week. I'm sorry, I'm confusing myself. Okay, so tomorrow we're gonna do that. Grammar mistakes that non-natives make, and then next week on Tuesday, we're going to have another grammar Q&A, question and answer session, and then the week after that. Sorry, not the week after that. The Wednesday after Tuesday, so the next day. Um, the following Wednesday, I mean, because there could be more than one, but the following Wednesday after Tuesday, so like the very next day, we will have a not just a, now this will be just be like a general answer question and answer session, uh, where you guys just ask me not just about grammar but about really anything at all, you can ask me about where I'm from, or how old I am, or what languages I speak, or how I feel about certain things, or anything like that. As long as it's not a personal or inappropriate or controversial question, then it's just whatever. No, no personal questions. No, no. Miss Ducky, yay! Are you single? Actually, that's not a question I mind answering. Are you single? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. But anyway. But if it's something like how many girlfriends have you had, I'm just like no. And what is your What is your address? I'm like, how dare you? You seem to have turned younger. Really? I'm 27, but I'll be waiting. Not for very long, apparently. Dude, like, fam, you gotta work on that physique. You are out of shape. Anyway, he's probably looking for someone. No. Anyway, but yeah, like, I'm 27. What is your major in university? Whatever I want it to be. No, I'm kidding. It's math. But I shall be going now. It's Mima's like, oh, math, damn. Yeah, see, I'm 27, but I know I don't sound 27. I sound like I'm like 15 or 16. Because and no joke, I actually get called ma'am on the phone a lot, and or even when I'm in the drive-through getting some fast food, and it's like, and I don't even bother correcting them. I'm just like, I mean, I did do it in the past, but it's just like whatever. Like it. But it's like, here's your order, ma'am. Oh, thank you. Drives up. Oh, okay. It's just funny. But no, I don't really I don't really take offense to it. It's like, what's your day job? I'm a cashier. It's like, that's it? Yeah, that's it. Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay. It's okay. Cashier in where? At a grocery store. I'm not going to say specifically which one, but yeah, I'm a cashier at a grocery store. It's like Walmart? Ew. No. It's a different one. But yes, I must be going. Halsey vibes. Halsey, I don't pay attention to her. Keep studying. You can cry after you get this degree. That's basically what every college student's motto is. It's like, just keep going. It sucks, but just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going. You can cry later. Grocery stores like food stores. Yeah. Yeah. I work at one that sells food and other items. Like, like air filters, cleaning products, stuff like that. You met with Halsey? Oh, okay. Okay. That's lit. So, baby, pull me closer in the backseat of your Rover that I know you can afford, like that tattoo on your shoulder. Okay, I'll stop. Anyway, those eyes. Never ending class. Class that never ends. It's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to violate a great song. So I'll just violate a different one. El puti sobresale de tu traje, no trajo patecito pa' que nene no trabaje. Es que yo me sé yo que ya se sabe. Cuenta que no quiero, pero me tiene espinaje. Párame como si fuera la última vez. Okay, I'll stop. Anyway, taki taki, ay. I must be going. You're literally 15 in a 27-year-old's body. Start a YouTube channel. I mean, I did. I already have. If you didn't already know, I already have a YouTube channel. It's called English with Mr. C. I actually have a gaming channel too, and I do. And fair warning, I do a lot of cussing and screaming in those in those videos. So fair warning. I'm just gonna let you guys know that. No views though. That's because to be fair, it's because I'm not really that active on the channel. I'm gonna try to like upload more content. But anyway. Which games do I play? Mario, Sonic, Zelda, Tomb Raider, all that stuff, all that good stuff. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Spider-Man does whatever a Spider-Man does. Minecraft or Roblox? Roblox is cancer, so Minecraft. Um, I mean, I have a Roblox account, but like, I made it only because only so I could play with my younger cousins because they always play Roblox. And I'm like, ew, no. It's like, fine, I'll play with you, but not for very long. Although the Underground War minigame is pretty fun. It's just fun, like shooting people and slicing them up with swords. It's like Ocarina of Time. That is my jam. And I recently bought the collector's edition off eBay. So I'm going to be playing that on the GameCube and Majora's Mask 2. And Zelda 1 and 2, but I don't care about those two titles. Anyway. Okay, so I should be ending the class, but last question. Is teaching English your passion? Like, are you fueled by the thoughts of contributing something to humanity or to unite it? Or am I overthinking? Yes, you're overthinking. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, it's kind of a passion for me. But anyway. Will you upload this lesson onto YouTube? But of course, my young fellow. Of course I will. Of course. Nice. Okay. Nice. No, the person spelled it like that on purpose. Nice. It's like, it's nice. I mean that's my gaming channel, Teamerler15. That's the name of my gaming channel actually on YouTube. If you look up Teamerler15, you'll find it. Would actually love to meet a personality like you in person. Pog! Teamerler15 is the name of my YouTube channel. So just look it up on YouTube and you'll find it. Okay, but I should be ending the stream. Oh, Chi-Man is just a reference to the first three, like the first three letters of Chi-Man. That's my middle name. First three letters of my middle name. But anyway, I shall be going. Have I played Half-Life 2? No. But I shall be going. I must leave, I'm afraid. Play it. It's epic. I really should update my channel description because it is outdated. I have played many more games than that. But yeah, that's my channel. My gaming channel, I mean. What time is it? What time is it? Summertime. It's our vacation. Sorry, I had High School Musical 2 vibes. But anyway, I shall be going. So thank you all so much for being here. And I will see you all tomorrow where we will talk about mistakes that foreigners make. More mistakes, anyway. So, until then, see you all next time. And goodbye. And I wish you all poggers! But yeah, bye!